Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wellness Wednesdays. My name is Alejandra, and I am so excited to be here. Every week, we talk with a new and inspiring member of our wellness community, and today I'm joined by Ari Venturella. I'm so sorry if I said your last name wrong, but is it Venturella?
Venturella, you said it.
Oh, perfect. Hi, Ari. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm really good. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so Ari is an amazing hairdresser. She is doing a lot of really cool things in her salon. Is it called Onyx and Rose or Rose and Onyx?
It's called Onyx and Rose.
Yeah, I love the name. I feel like a name really just sets up so much for what you are going to walk into. And immediately when I hear the name of your salon, I feel like I already know what is going to be inside and what my experience might be. How connected is your name to what you do behind the chair?
It's totally connected. I love that it's two different, like completely different stones. So we kind of cater to both, everything. It kind of is a good balance. It kind of brings you back down to earth, which is definitely something that we're doing throughout the salon as well. So it's funny because when I made the name, I wasn't actually totally connected to it. It was really hard for me to pick a name. But as we've evolved and grown, it's definitely become our name, and I couldn't see it being anything else. So
yeah, it's so great. When I think of Onyx and Rose, for some reason, just thinking of the depth of Onyx. Onyx is black, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Rose, I think of really light. So a lot of times when I think about what happens in a salon is this rebirthing of yourself. And then with the name Onyx and Rose, it sort of gives me that feeling of sort of coming into a new self in some way, which could or could not be there at all. But I kind of love that it evokes a lot of feeling.
It's heavy, yeah.
Yeah, tell me more about yourself, about your salon.
All right, so my name is Ari, as she said, and I'm from Chicago, actually. I lived in New York and London. I did all these beautiful things, and then I came to Louisville, Kentucky to visit my brother, and I ran into my husband. So it brought me here, and I was really having a hard time finding a space that I could grow and feel happy and do the things that I wanted to do. So I just made my own and I found this little baby salon. It's so tiny, and that's become Onyx and Rose. And we have grown so fast, and it's attracting everything I ever wanted. And we actually need to move, and we need more. So all really good things. The salon is grown.
That's so beautiful. And you've been a salon owner now for 2 years.
Yes. So my first year that I really saw my growth was during the pandemic. So it was hard, but also oddly rewarding to see that even through all the chaos, we could grow. So I'm really excited. It's really exciting to live right now where things are lifting a little bit more and we're going back to some normal, and we're really in it right now. We're really growing, we're living, and we're all really busy, and this is the first year where it feels really, really, really good and exciting.
And so a lot of what you practice behind the chair is centered around wellness. Yes. What does that look like in your salon?
So we only use clean beauty, clean color, everything clean. I have a list that we really got to stick to. I'm always open to trying and exploring new things, but I try to stick to what I like. The space is very bright, as much light as possible, all of the plants. It has everything you probably need to feel calm. We have tea, we have water, we have everything. We have crystals, so anything you need to feel calm and grounded, we'll get it for you.
Yeah, that sounds like a bloom. It sounds like a place where when people walk into, they might kind of feel like they've time traveled to a whole nother dimension, if you will.
Definitely. Yeah. My salon is an old shotgun house. So
Okay.
from the outside, it just looks like this little blue house. And you can see when people walk in, it because the ceilings are higher, it's kind of like a, what did I just step into? What is this place? It looks completely different than what it looks like on the outside. And it used to bother me a little bit, but now I find that it's charm, and everyone's kind of confused that it was a house, but that also kind of adds to its magicalness. So it's a gem for sure.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's provided you the perfect environment and the perfect space for growth. I was going to ask you a little bit more about that. You said that you grew a lot during the pandemic. What do you attribute that to?
I think that when you open something, any project you start, you have all of these goals and dreams, and that's really important. But I think when you're forced to navigate those dreams through a crisis, you really have to start to prioritize the importance of them. And it really forces you to see the beauty even in the little things that you wouldn't look at. And I think that last year really did that. I I stepped out of myself for a minute. I stepped out of the building, and I looked at my clients, and I looked at the people that I was working with, because I was just craving so much connection from people. And so, we want a beautiful space and we want beautiful things and all that, but at the end of the day, last year all I had was my clients and my team, and it really was important to me, and it helped me a lot realize that I wasn't as alone anymore, and I really did create and have the space that I wanted, that I was working for it, but I had it the whole time. So it was good to kind of bring me back down to earth.
Yeah, yeah, almost like you could see a little clearer as
Yeah.
to what was in front of you. And I think it's so true that sometimes we have all these, goals, and especially if you're a salon owner, you're someone who's always creating, ideas, and there's always a project in mind. And even when something's good, it can be better. So I think we're always kind of pushing ourselves to see something to that next level. And it's really cool that you're saying that it was all there for you already. So it was, you really didn't have to keep reaching. You just had to align with how you can utilize what you already have and how you can be there for your clients and each other on your team. And that really grounds you back into, like you said, kind of this primal kind of needs, just prioritizing it. I really like that.
Thank you. Yeah. When I opened this salon, I knew it was small, so I already had made a goal that I was going to grow and I was going to move. And so
Yeah.
when I wasn't able to do that last year, that's all I was focusing on, and it was causing me to not just really look at all the beautiful things that were just happening. Like, we were working through a pandemic, and we were helping people, and we were one of the few people that people were seeing, so it really brought me back to just really slowing down, taking a deep breath. And when I'm feeling that overwhelming sense of something isn't good enough or that should look better, and I'm talking about the space itself,
Right.
I need to go back to, I have a space with a team that I can do beautiful things on, and there's clean beauty everywhere, and people leave happy. So really, what is better than that?
Yeah. And you've been using Innersense behind the chair as well. How
Yes.
has that, been for you, for your clients, and how has that supported you in this journey?
It really was the missing piece for me. I feel like
Hmm.
I it's nice to have something. I initially got it to cater to all my textured and curly haired clients,
Yes.
but pretty quickly it evolved into becoming what I needed for everyone. And it's just been really wonderful to offer something so transparent and clear and clean, and people, I can really break it down for them in like a scientific way, and they understand. And
Yeah.
um, it's brought out a sense of ritual in me as well. The act of warming it and using it's just been really beautiful to share that with people and encourage them to have that ritual for themselves at home as well, and not just when they're with me. So
Mhm.
it really was a missing piece for me.
Mhm. That resonates with me a lot. Yeah, I feel exactly what you're saying with the ritual component, and yeah, just helping to center ourselves as hairdressers throughout the day. You know, we're constantly meeting client after client after client, and just to have that space when you're cleansing, when you're using the products, to sort of breathe it in. And I feel like, yeah, it really helps to almost slow time down a little bit, which is really
Definitely.
interesting that a product can do that, you know, and it can sort of initiate that sort of, yeah, that sort of a feeling. So one last question. I have a few, but I know we don't have a lot more time, but who inspires you? How would you say that you, yeah, who inspires you right now creatively?
I really find creativity in everything. Like being a Pisces, I'm like, everything is so beautiful in all these weird ways to me.
Mhm.
Um, I'm inspired by so many people. I mean, my best friend Christy, who teaches for Innersense, she inspires me all constantly. I just took a really amazing class from Margot from Salon Wire, and she really she inspired me in not even, I mean, the things that she does and the work that she does is so beautiful, and the class was great, but she even inspired me emotionally, and just the way that I view myself and my time. Um, but I'm inspired kind of by everything. And I know that's probably not the right answer, but
No,
yeah.
it's great. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. And yeah, I think that inspiration does come in so many forms. So it's a fun question for me to ask people, just because it's so vague and it can go in any direction, and it's just fun to hear. So yeah, I
I
love that
think
everything.
shapes are really inspiring me right now. It was
Wait,
just
what
like
is?
shapes. Like I really like, I love Frida Kahlo, right? Like a crown and all those the shapes that she makes. I love like drag queen hair. Like that
Yeah.
wig is always a gorgeous shape. I'm really looking, I think the shag and all that, all of the carving, all the shapes are kind of inspiring me the most, like currently.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, I really hope that people can connect with you and find out more about you and your salon. Will you let everybody know how they can stay connected with you?
Yeah, definitely. So online, we're Onyx Rose Salon. My Instagram is Ari, your neighborhood witch, and you can connect through both of them. And I kind of run both of those. So
Okay. Super. Thanks so much for talking with
thank
me and
you.
talking with all of us today. Is there any last things that you want to share or anything that you want to talk about before we close out?
No, today was great. I think that it's a good, gentle reminder to slow down and be more intentional with everything that you do, and enjoy it in the moment. And it's okay to dream and always want more and more, but it's also okay to slow down and really appreciate and respect everything that you're given right then and there, and really take a deep breath and take it all in, because it goes really fast. So
Mm. Thank you so much, Ari. It was great talking to you, great getting to know you and everything that you are putting your intentions towards. Thank you all for joining us today, and I hope that everybody has a beautiful Wednesday, and I hope that everybody stays well.
thank you.
Bye.